My name is Dr. John Walker, and I'm a clinical psychologist. I've worked with Adam over 30 years since the first board was organized, and we've worked together to develop programs for people with anxiety disorders. One of the most important programs is the cognitive behavioral program they offer that educate people about either panic disorder, social anxiety, or generalized anxiety disorder, and they teach people how to overcome those problems. They also offer peer support, and the impact of this is really important to people in helping get them back on track in terms of supporting their family and following their roles within the family of working, supporting their children, supporting their partner, and being an effective member of the community.
My name is Kitana and I'm a single mother of a 3-year-old little boy. I used to work for the government on a contract basis, and everything was going really well. This was the second time that I had worked for them, and so this time around I decided to do the same job. About several months into the job, I started noticing that I was having issues with being nervous, sleeping. I wasn't able to do my job properly. It was taking me a lot longer to do the things that I normally would have. So in the morning when I would wake up, I would right away, I just almost would be sort of jolted out of bed. I would have a really hard time breathing. I feel this tightness in my chest. I found that it was very difficult to just sort of concentrate. My heart's palpitating. I feel like I'm gonna have an asthma attack or, have a heart attack. And it's actually at that point that I thought that this is not normal. It's not something it's not healthy for me. I would just, there are times where I would just cry uncontrollably and I couldn't really help myself. I had some family members that weren't that supportive about things and just kind of expected me or told me to just sort of toughen it up. Going back into the workforce, I wanted to sort of prove to myself and to the world that I can do this and I can be a mom and I could work full time and have that. Things got really bad for me when I couldn't even leave the house. I was afraid to take my son anywhere. I was really afraid something's going to happen to him or to me. It got to a point where I started having panic attacks just going outside with him, playing. I just could not do it, and I was really concerned about what it was going to do to my health, what it was going to do to my relationship with my son, and the kind of mother that I would be to him if I was having panic attacks constantly and not being able to live my life to the fullest. So I waited a couple years, to finally get some help, and that's when I found Adam. I ended up taking the cognitive behavioral program, which I think for me, the combination of the cognitive behavioral program as well as the peer support group was absolutely life-changing for me. I was able to see a difference right away. And so while I was taking the program, I was driving and I was having panic attacks at first, pretty much back to back while I was driving. And then I just kept on doing it. I noticed that the panic attacks started to kind of wind down, and now I can drive. Sometimes I still get nervous. I can get from one place to the next and not get into a car accident. I can even take my child with me, which is one of the things that I was really worried about. Was I didn't want to get into a car accident with my child in the car with me. And so to be able to drive, to be able to leave my house and not have a panic attack or fear of it is huge. And to me, it's the difference between surviving and thriving. And I felt that I was able to thrive again, and I feel that my life is in control again, and that I can, live a very fulfilled and happy life, not just for myself, but also for my son.